Hello and welcome to a brief guide to Annihilation from Wynncraft 2.1 update. I'm on beta and Annihilation is currently disabled. It's prime real estate to use the empty roots of corruption to explain the boss fight. So, on the live server, once a week, alternating times to make sure everyone on every time zone can fight Annihilation. Annihilation will spawn. It's a world event with a singular target, Annihilation, which has many attacks and summons several mobs around the arena. It has several attacks, which I am going to go over. The most basic ones, melee. Annihilation will swing its arms outwards and then inwards to hit anyone within its melee range, which is around where the red stained glass is. It'll also sometimes breathe air if there's an acrobat or warrior flying around in the air, and it will temporarily disable their flying. Next up on the melee sort of attacks is the Fire Breaths attack. Now it has two attacks where it will spew fire across the bridge. Now it'll either spew it in front of it, leaving areas on the rest of the bridge and right in its melee range where you aren't hit by the flames. This is indicated by Annihilation looking at its right, and then it spews several small fireballs. When Annihilation looks up and then spews fireballs towards the middle of the bridge, most of the middle is up to a point is covered in flames. You gotta stay at the sides of the bridge and you can still damage it from there. One of the most important attacks that Annihilation has is forming the new sun. Annihilation will look upwards and stretch his arms out. Then a small ball will form in front of his horns and get larger and larger, spewing projectiles. A timer will show up at the top of the screen. When it reaches 100%, everyone dies. So it's pretty important to kill the sun before it's able to set. When Annihilation does this attack, it's usually around the 40-50% mark of its HP and around 20%. After the sun has been cast, two healers will spawn on the right and left of Annihilation. After a few seconds, they're going to start healing it for 1 million health each, which is very bad. So try to kill them as fast as possible after the sun has been cleared. Another attack regarding the healers is when Annihilation shows his left palm up in the air and shows the little corruption sigil. This will spawn a healer right at the back of the bridge where the guild territory banner is, and then around the spikes at the base of the bridge they're gonna spawn a few devils. Lesser imps, big horned devils, or they're just big hulking enemies that charge you. Another mob spawning attack is when Annihilation roars a bit and spews magma cubes around this area of the bridge. Now, apparently, if you get hit by them, your healing gets diminished, so try not to do that if you're a mage. One other attack that is very, very dangerous and should be avoided at all costs is the Meteor Wave and the Meteorites attack. Annihilation will point at and look at a player, and above it a portal will open, which spawns either 3 waves of horizontal meteors that are lunged at the player, or 3 individual meteors, which when they land on anything, they break into several meteors, smaller meteors, which do a lot of damage and can one-tap you if you're not careful. The best way of avoiding them is to like go upwards and downwards down the bridge if it's the meteorite wave, and if it's the singular meteors, going from side to side, because when the meteors hit, they usually have an area of effect in front of them towards the rest of the routes instead of towards the portal. So it's good to stay away from them as best as you can. There's also another strategy you can use, which is falling into the lava, because usually it teleports you back to the base of the bridge, which will reset your position, and Annihilation would still be firing meteors at the lava. And something else that is very important is that although the healers, they have a lot of health and heal, the infernal subjugates can attack you and can kill you very easily. They somewhat share an attack with Annihilation where it spews large fireballs at the player it's aiming towards. It's usually indicated by a roar from Annihilation, and the infernal subjugates, they sometimes don't even indicate that. So just keep moving. That's basically the entire battle plan for Annihilation. You want to keep moving. Up, down the bridge, left, right. There's a sun, dodge everything around the bridge while aiming at it, kill it, shoot at it until it dies. Then go to the left and right, kill the healers, avoid them, they will attack you, so keep that in mind. They can sometimes even charge you, so that's also a thing. Also, the arenas for the healers themselves aren't that big, so don't get in a position where you're going to be trapped or cornered. For the back healers, the lesser imps can very easily overwhelm you, and also while you're distracted, you can get hit by the meteors. A pattern that I've noticed a lot is Annihilation spawns the back healer and then does its meteor attacks, which, while you're distracted, don't leave you time to dodge, and you die instantly. So keep that in mind. So, as a recap, dodge everything, kill the sun, kill healers. If you see the left palm with an emblem, go backwards and kill the healers and possibly mobs. When Annihilation puts his arms to the side of the portals and bows down, eyes will spawn to the sides, which are annoying. So if you're an archer or if you have some way of dealing decent ranged damage, do kill them because they're kind of annoying. And they add a lot of visual clutter, which is the name of the game. There's a lot of visual clutter in this fight. So yeah, that's basically everything you need to know about Annihilation. It's attacks, it's summons, what to prioritize first, the sun, the healers, and then Annihilation. The name of the game is move as much as you can. If you have a healer on your party, stick next to them so they can heal you. Try not to die because it's pretty tough to do it on your own unless you have super serious healing and can do any sort of damage. You do get 30 minutes at the start of the world event to kill Annihilation, so that's pretty useful. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something. Goodbye.